You are watching Home Track Heroes here on the CW11. My name is Caleb Hart. He is Greg Pyland, and we are down to just 6 more times around here in the BECU Mini Stocks main event. BECU sponsors this segment. Boeing Employee Credit Union believes in people over profit. That's BECU. Altogether different. Greg, it continues to be the Lane Sunholm show. He gone as we're watching Nat Barber run around in second and trying to put a lap on Ellie Musgraves as they come off the corner.
Yeah, and there's the 18 of Lane Sunholm, and you see the distance he is in front of the 97 of Nat Barber, just pulling away from this field. There's the 92 of Zach Bristol back behind, but unfortunately, one of the other vehicles that Lane was able to pass on through, lapping with just now 4 laps to go for the 18 of Lane Sunholm before this one wraps up.
So Sunholm just picking them up, putting them down, and looking absolutely incredible out there. Again, the points chase decided in advance. Colton Price is going to be your points champion. We knew that before they even fired the engines here for the A main event. Sunholm, just a rocket ship. That car is glued to the low groove. He can put it wherever he wants to. He can pass high, pass low. Coming up, and I guess the question is, can he lap the field? Because Bewald is, what, 4th in this field? 5th right now?
I think he's 5th, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to lap over half the field by the time this is done, if he can get past Bewald here with 2 to go.
Yeah, he's right there. Like you said, there's Bewald and Michael Fritz, and so that's representing 6th and 5th place right now. We just see Michael Fritz able to pass by the 29 of Dylan Bewald. And there goes Lane Sunholm, so now he's at least through the 6th spot here as he's able to lap on through now right behind the 2 of Michael Fritz.
With a lap to go, let's see if he has time enough to also wave at Fritz as he goes by. Although Fritz going to make him work for it down the back straightaway, coming up on another slower car. Thought about it, backed up. Don't junk a race car in the last 2 corners of the final race of the year. As down the front stretch, and there he is. Lane Sunholm even lifts at the very end and takes the checkered flag. Wait for it, bust out the sundial, and bingo, there's Nat Barber, and a little ways behind Nat as well, so a strong run for him. Here comes Mike Jensen, I promise. There he is. All right, so Matt Jensen, so there's your top 3 on the night. We'll give you a break from this victory lane. We'll let Steve Mortland head down and get a word with not only our feature winner, Lane Sunholm, as you'll see him pulling up in there, but understand that Colton Price is going to come up and get a couple of words himself. Impressive performance and a nice little donut for the driver of the 18 down there on the front straightaway. He is a colorful personality at that. All right, down to Steve Mortland. Let's get a word with your champion and your winners.
Ladies and gentlemen, to be able to do this is a real honor for me. I have a lot of respect for this cat. Your 2021 champion.
Me.
Not you? Oh, sorry, but your winner. I'm sorry, I knew that. Lane Sunholm.
Thank you. But tonight is Colton Price's night. Come on, buddy, get up here and get it.
What a season. It's been so much fun watching you improve every week, and the respect for you is crazy.
Yeah, it's almost speechless, honestly, and wow, okay. My hat's off to Nat and Amy for putting me in the car. It's not possible without them. Very thankful. It's kind of surreal. My crew guys, DJ, Ben, Honcho showed up a couple times this year. Beautiful girlfriend for making sweatshirts and just putting up with it all year. My parents, they're here. Everybody that came to watch me today, sorry I blew it up early, my bad. Everybody that makes it possible. My boss at Rock Solid Trucking, just Black Bag Motors, Racers Against Child Abuse, just everybody that makes it possible. I wouldn't be here without them, and this wouldn't be real.
It is real. And congratulations, Colton Price, your champion for 2021. Congratulations, man. Good to have you up here.
It's been a weird year being a car owner, but so happy for Colton and all of our guys to have an engine break earlier today, but you build big point leads for a reason, and that's exactly what our plan was. So luckily, we were going to throw him in my car, but we did the math, and we figured out he didn't even have to run the main event. So, hey, what an awesome season for Colton and all the guys. But my whole team too, Ben Smith, Mike Schultz, DJ Wilson, everybody, my my wife, everybody that supports us with Racers Against Child Abuse. This has been awesome.
You know, I noticed the big hug down here when everyone got out of their cars. There's a lot of cool guys in this class.
Yeah, me and Lane have been racing against each other for, 20-some years, and we've known each other since we were 8, and we both grew up out here, so yeah, it's really cool racing with guys like that, and like last time Scott. And
So he sends me a text message earlier, says, hey, I've got a lot of people to thank, and here you go, pal.
So, had a little incident in practice today, went off the backstretch, got into a Uke tire over here, knocked the whole left rear or right rear off the car. My guys put their heads down, I just walked away, and they put it back. I feel car's better than it's ever been, and the whole rear end's knocked out of it, and I just can't thank them enough all year. Travis let me borrow his motor for this race just to get one more, and I mean, all season, Josh, Travis, Aiden, Nick, you know, these guys come up to the shop and just help me. It's humbling.
You know, I made a comment with about 2 to go when you passed to get into 3rd spot, that might have been the nicest pass you've made all year long, the most satisfying.
Well, Cameron, I mean, the car's not what I had, but Cameron ran really good tonight, and you know, I just want to run clean and do it right, and you know, hats off to him. Yep. He ran a really good race tonight, all night, so he's gonna be coming.
Sponsor time.
Lyona, Local 292 out of Everett, Joe's Racing, JBR, 2.5 Men Barbecue, Image Auto Body, Repman Welding. I mean, 811 call before you dig. So many people that, you know, have the faith in me to come out and do what I love.
Well, your BECU mini stock main event top 3 and your champion Colton Price. I dig the championship belt for Colton. Yes. I dig the cork just popping off mid-interview out of nowhere. That was kind of fun. Great way for them to end their season. And let's move on. Monroe Grocery Outlet Super Stock Figure 8 time. We've loved this division all year. Some of the best finishes all year has been in this class. I'm excited to get them on the track for their championship.
And a great battle, too, between Steve Cox and Quentin Borison all season long. And we're going to see the top 2 of them both in the top 1 and 2 spots of the points division here. But we'll see as they come back out, and we'll get the lineup here for you for your Monroe Grocery Outlet Super Stock Figure 8s.
All right. On the pole, it's the 11 of Keith Cook, Masters of Crete, his sponsor. Next to him, the 69 of R.J. Mackey.
We have the 58 of Chuck Wittes. On the outside, the 72 of Jeff Talbert, sponsored by Pilchuck Heating.
3rd row, sponsored by Mazda of Everett, the 01 of Doug Delfo, and starting in the 6th spot, it's the 66 of Rick Jones.
4th row, we have the 55 JE of Jessica Wilkinson and the 36 of Mike Stelz, sponsored by Hot Road Inc.
Row number 5, it's the 13 of Brandon Lindbergh, and next to him, Kyle Shukar, the 11X, sponsored by B&R Drywall.
Sponsored by Sam's Towing, it's the 007 of Chris Curtis and the 67 of Jake Reppin, sponsored by BECU.
And then your top 2 in points in the very back row, kind of how it's been all year. It's the one-armed bandit Quentin Borison and the Mrs. Turner's Hometown Cafe of Puyallup number 17, and the Crown Distributing number 32 of Steve Cox. Fun main event, a lot of talent. Haven't seen Chris Curtis in this division for a little while. Just came back from running in Indy, the 3-hour race for the figure 8s back there. Had a good time, good finish for him back there as well, so nice to have him in this field tonight.
Yeah, a couple of driver switches. We see Chris Curtis driving in what usually is the Jim Powers 007, and we have the 67 Jake Reppin driving Mackenzie Dietz's vehicle. So a couple of driver switches. We'll see how it works out here in this the Monroe Grocery Outlet Super Stock Figure 8 for 30 laps.
Keith Cook, feature winner on the year on the pole. So give a fast driver and a fast car the up front starting position. Quite the advantage for him as they're going to go 30 times. Now, here in the figure 8, we call that the south pole that they're on right now as they work their way through the intersection, and they'll work their way to the north pole. So if you hear us referring to north pole, south pole, that's what we're talking about. As we are ready, field gases are up, and off the corner, we are green.
All right, and right away, Keith Cook on the high side, the low side, the 69 of R.J. Mackey, as we see Cook with a little bit of advantage going out to the wide side as R.J. Mackey on the low side. Now Keith Cook going to be on the low side as they come into this North Pole area, or turn number 3, and there goes the 72 of Jeff Talbert getting spun around right there, right before turn number 3.
Nice job, everybody, to avoid here early, but that's going to bring out a early caution flag. You can see the flaggers on the inside, and looks like we're going to get a look at it, so we'll have to restack them, re-rack them, and try it again. But Talbert, who was running up, started, you could say outside second row, but in the second row, depending on what corner that you're in, coming through there. And here's a look from the drone as to how it all went down. In through the turn, drone's following him in through, and he was already a little cattywampus before setting up, and then quickly around in the North Pole and caution out.
Yeah, it looks like might have been just the 58 of Chuck Wittes right behind there, the 72 of Jeff Talbert as they came into that turn. But no harm, no foul as everybody gets lined back up again under caution.
Got to imagine that your front two, thankful to have another shot at this, as they had not made much of an attempt to get all that way away from the rest of the field. Cook inside, Mackey outside, at least for this set of corners. It'll all flip as they get into the South Pole once again. And from your head flagger on the inside, you see him throwing the green flag, and we're back off and underway.
And great jump there by R.J. Mackey in the 69 car as they come into this first turn. And here's another great shot from the drones out here as we see the 69 getting just a little bit loose there out of the turn coming through the intersection. But R.J. Mackey now out in the lead of the pack with Jeff Talbert and Keith Cook in that second row side by side. And there goes the 58 Chuck Wittes getting spun around just in the turn and able to make it on through the 32 of Steve Cox in the back of the pack. But Chuck Wittes luckily able to get things going once again, and no caution flag there.
Yeah, we stay clean and green. What that's going to do, it's going to put Wittes in danger here very early as he is a ways back, so we can see some intersection action happening sooner rather than later. There's your second in points, Quentin Borison. And Borison with a huge advantage to try to make up on Cox. I believe we did the quick math on our fingers, took off our shoes, counted on the toes, and I don't think he can make it up, so I believe this is Cox's heading into the race.
And unfortunately, too, for Quentin Borison, you see a flat tire on the passenger side on the backside, and so Borison continuing to go around, but we're going to see Borison probably exit off here to take care of that tire as you see him slowing down coming into the intersection as we go back up, and it's still the 69, R.J. Mackey out in the lead in front of Keith Cook.
Yeah, when Mackey had gotten that jump, he quickly made the lane change so that he could be on the inside of the corner ahead of Cook and force, Cook to either use the bumper or try to drive around him. Now Cook under fire from Talbert, who's trying to work his way back up and through. So Talbert in third and pressuring Cook, and then we're going to have another driver entering the fray and now up and into third himself.
It's the 66 of Rick Jones there.
Nice move by Jones.
Yeah, great move, and able to get by the 72 of Jeff Talbert, and the 66 of Jones right behind Keith Cook as Cook gets a little bit loose going through the intersection. That opens up the door for Jones in the 66. Now side by side as they come out of the turn and head towards the intersection once again, but R.J. Mackey in the 69 still leading this pack as we have just about 24 laps to go now.
Jones started sixth, up to second already, just 6 laps into this feature. Is actually they're starting to get through the intersection a little bit faster, putting themselves away from Geddes, make it Wittes, my bad. Your leader, the 69 of Mackey, then the 66 Jones, and there is Cook, and Cook, a little front bumper to rear bumper action as now Jones around. See what the officials call ends up being there, but now a huge gap between your leader and what looks like it's going to be Talbert in the second position.
Yeah, and I think you're right, Caleb. They did issue the black flag there to Keith Cook in the 11, so now we see R.J. Mackey in the 69 with a huge advantage. Now in second spot, it's the 72 of Jeff Talbert.
Yeah, this is the kind of advantage that if long as he manages the intersection well, it's going to be very, very tough for Mackey to be caught, and what do you know, all of a sudden there is Quentin Borison back on the racetrack, fixed tire, but probably some laps down.
Yeah, just a few, but exciting to see him come back out and now right behind the 69. So starting in the back of the pack, but having that issue with the tire early on, but jumping back out on the course, and now Quentin Borison, the man who's down a few laps, is going to pass by the 69 of R.J. Mackey.
Well, he's going to have to unlap himself a few times. There's part one. Might need to catch caution here somewhere if he can work his way back through the field. So Borison, a lapped car, has gotten around your leader Mackey. Intersection time. Here we go. Now things get interesting.
Yeah, just able to sneak through the 69 of RJ Mackey. No problem there for Quentin Borison. And we kind of look back to the 32 of Steve Cox now into that 5th spot. So starting in the back of the pack with the 17 of Quentin Borison and now Steve Cox moving up into 5th.
Well, now they're going to be even closer as Mike Stelz and Jeff Talbert are all spun out. And guessing they're not out there exchanging meatloaf recipes. Let's take another peek at it as Stelz burns out and joins back at the field. Here they go side by side. Talbert, the white and blue car. Stelz, the white and orange car. And almost looked like Talbert was going to make a small lane change there, as I didn't see Stelz's car change the direction of his arc at all. You can see that's kind of the case. Talbert started coming across the nose to maybe arc out and dive in, and that's what caused him to get together. Let's get a look at the onboard from Stelz as they come off the South Pole. Well, tough racing. We got more coming up after this commercial break on the CW11.